Yo. Boy. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? Hi, Mavis. Okay, where's my... Does this work? You just have to... No, this doesn't. Does it? Ah, the scarf, it's real. Screw that. This is active, this is active. Man, today is a day. Pardon. Ugh. Okay, what's this all about? Mod maze. Alright, so today I'm going to play Minecraft. Also, why is chat not picking up chat? What's going on here? What's going on here? Why is chat not active? I find you. Where is chat? Chat? Why are you not active? What's going on? Stream together, YouTube. Bot tracks should still be active. Oh, there you are. Alright, I saw you. Alright, that's all I needed. Good. Oh, it doesn't stay. Oh, it's disappearing. Why? Why is chat disappearing so fast? What is going on? I think I have to fix that real quick. Yeah, I will have to fix that. So let me just... I'm just glad to be here. We're still good. We're still good. We're still doing the thing. I just need to fix my chat real quick. Everything is wonky, not gonna lie. Chat? Question mark? Chatbot? No, that's not it. No, I don't want premium. Widgets. That should be it. Chat overlay? Alright, why is pop in animation? Design as default. Yep. Reload. It's very important that you reload. Hide bot messages. Yep. 7TV is active. Hide old messages. I mean... What is this? So I can live streams in your... Yeah, how about you just drop me Discord or something, Chief. I see you. Unbot. Die! Did it do it? Oh god, what did I do? There we go. No? That? Yeah, there we go. Making things work. Oh god. I have stupid bots on my Twitch. Usually they're in Kick chat and not Twitch chat. Oh well. Where was I? Can you like not do this? Can swear to God. Yeah, stop reloading. This is okay. I should be good. I should be good. We should be we should be good. Chat. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Alright, chat, how are you doing? Somebody say something? I need to test. Alright. This is tiny. Oh well. Whatever. I just stick with it. I'm not. I don't wanna. But chat stays around, so I guess it's good. It's 3 minutes now. Messages are now on a 3-minute timer. Hallelujah. So where is the game? We are gaming. We are vid gaming. Picture in picture. We don't want this. If it's active, why is it active? Or whatever. Minecraft is right here. Why is it not full? Wait. I need. Can you be like? Let's see. Where's borderless window? Hello? Oh. Something's not right here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just wanted to like play the new thing, but like, I hate Minecraft. God, I hate this. This is so stupid. Whatever. I don't care. It's basically just cutting off the taskbar. I don't care. Whatever. What if I go over here? Oh no, it's still stupid. Why is Minecraft the only stupid thing that ever doesn't work? Everything else ever works, except for Minecraft. And it's worse, it's a stupid-ass Bedrock edition. Which, technically, like, I'm confused about, because it should be... I thought, because I got told this, right? I got told it would be the Educational Edition. Like, and I don't know if there's, like, a difference between the Education Edition and the Bedrock Edition. Like, let me just ask Google or something. Minecraft Edition. Alright. Such lessons play, blah blah blah. Okay, privacy notice, get out of my sight. How about that? Meant to be used as a learning tool in the classroom. However, wait, let me just pick this up and put this down. Where's my... That's the wrong window. There we go. Alright, let's check this out first. So Education Edition is like something completely different than like base Minecraft and Minecraft Bedrock. So these are all additions to Minecraft Education. Nothing is taken away from the base game. Classroom collaboration. Students join multiplayer worlds. Yep. Education create NPCs for guidance and instructions. And for sharing web links. Cameras and portfolios for documenting work. Chalkboards for communicating. That's pretty cool. Tutorial. Learn Minecraft Basic. Master View for educators. Chat room communication with players. Control over world settings. Fair. Additional item hotbar. 3 extra slots enabled in the educators. Cool. Code editor program. Allows students to write and execute code within the game. So now let me ask it the difference between Education and Bedrock Edition, right? Difference. Craft. Bedrock Edition. I swear I can type. The Bedrock Edition is a general version of the game for entertainment. Additionally, Minecraft Education includes unique features like classroom mode. Lessons templates are not available in Bedrock Edition. So what we're playing here is the Bedrock Edition. It is not the Education Edition, which is like, I think it's very important to see that it's like a complete different edition. Which means this is not released as a classroom feature thing, this DLC. It is released in a commercial version of Minecraft. As you can see, here's the marketplace with add-ons. And this costs Minecoins, and Minecoins cost a bunch of money, as I would say. right? Oh yeah. So this is the version of Minecraft that like sells skins, worlds, add-ons as behind a paywall. It just does that directly. This is like Microsoft takes a cut of every distribution of mods that are completely for free available, findable on the internet in the Java version. So this is already horse shit. Also, let me turn off the where is it? Where's this dude? There we go. Just turned off the VLC music. Alright. So yeah. I like this is like little dude that rotates his head. I like him. He's funny. Okay. Follows the cursor. Anyway, I downloaded the world for free. It's a world and not a mod pack. And I can like go here. Oh, there's an own word. There's the good trouble. It says education, but like maybe it has like things going on. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna like create this world. I leave everything as it is wanted, as it is default. And I'm gonna explore that, and we're gonna like learn some history together. I will be cross-referencing everything with the DuckDuckGo search engine, and probably like the AI search assistants from DuckDuckGo. Right, but generally, let's see what's going on here. Hey, it's Dario. Were you able to get to City Hall? Where are you? I've got bad news. I'm not going to be able to meet you there. The streets are closed for a demonstration or something. Oh no! I'm really sorry. We'll have to work on our what civics report later. Civics report? Wait, what? Wait, since you're already there, you should find out what's going on. Maybe you can even get a quote for our paper. So you're a journalist. Like being the role of a journalist or something for a paper, or maybe if, as a student for like a research paper, right? Let's see, civics report. As I am not natively English speaking, I will have to look this up. What are we doing here? Okay. A civic report typically refers to an assessment or analysis that evaluates the knowledge and skills related to citizenship and civic responsibilities among students or community members. It often includes funding in civic education initiatives and the effectiveness of programs aimed at promoting civic engagement. Okay. Anyway, I now look for someone in charge. I have to go. Talk to you soon. Alright. Here we are. USA modern way. Keyboard and mouse. Thank you. Okay, I have to look around. All right. Ah, the fucking the viewpoints. Civic ethics is a subject. They are students. So civic ethics is a subject. I never heard of that. Is it like for like a specific? Is like a specific subject thing? Uh, in like later in school time, was it like a early thing? Move up the mouse and keyboard to help navigate around. Like, give me just 1, 2. Okay. 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 Let's see. What do we have here? How do I interact? No. Ah. Okay. Equality now. No more injustice. Okay. Human rights. Hey, stop pushing. Yeah, guys, stop pushing. That's not good. Keep your distance. Stay in the protest area. True. I want to hope this is a sanctioned protest. We deserve equal rights. Eck, I'm getting trampled. That's bad. I like how it causes people obstacles. Mostly occurs in uni. Okay. Stay back, stay back. Alright. Please move back, everyone. Let's keep things orderly. What I find very interesting is that this is town hall, I guess. Right? City hall. And the protesters are on one side of City Hall. Meanwhile, the police is on the other side of City Hall, but there's like people behind also. I find this very fascinating. Also, I'm like small. Am I small? How small am I? I am small. Guess it's because they're villages, right? But Jesus, I'm small. Hi. Usually there would be police wanting to be in front of City Hall, right? In order to like make sure there's a safe distance for like people to get in to City Hall that need to be in there. And the protesters can like then be outside of that range. But I guess not here. No more injustice, no more discrimination, equal rights for everyone. Alright. I always press E to interact, but equal rights for all. True. That's far enough, citizen. What's going on? The protest has forced us to close City Hall today. I need you to stand back from the barriers. But my report. The crowd is getting pretty rowdy. We are going to start arresting trespassers. Please disperse now. Okay, but... Attention, the police has declared this assembly unlawful. Disperse now, or you will be arrested. Going? Can I go? Can you like give me? Can I go through here? What? This way, child. Let's get you out of harm's way. All right. That was a situation. So that's what I thought with like the way the police was lined up was very weird, right? But hey, the librarian Maya. It's actually a nice library, not gonna lie. Never mind. Oh well. Hi. That's better. It's a lot quieter in here, especially now. Not a lot of folks visiting the library today. Not with all that good trouble going on outside. I don't know. Was this not a sanctioned protest? Like, usually these things have to be announced, right? Like, right? Good trouble. Yep, that's what an old friend of mine used to call it. Good trouble. It was his way of saying we need to stand up against injustice and inequality, even if it means getting into trouble with the opposition. There's trouble there. There's all kinds of trouble, but good trouble can help make the world a better place. Throughout history, there has always been people in the world who have gotten into good trouble fighting for their rights. You got any examples? Alright. Sure, I can give you lots of examples. Are you familiar with the Greensboro Four? In 1960, they staged a sit-in at the Woolworth's lunch counter. Woolworths was a store in the US that had a small diner where people could eat lunch. However, black people were often the night service in those days, just for the color of their skin. Alright. Greensboro 4 went up to that Woolworth's lunch counter, sat down, and ordered, knowing full well that would not be served. But this time, when they were the night service, they didn't move. They stayed right there. And then? Well, the police were called out, but they couldn't do anything as the men were just sitting there. They remained sitting there. I mean, right up until the store closed for the day. The next day, they returned to the lunch counter and sat there all day again. Did it work? Oh, it worked alright. The next day, they were joined by more protesters. Soon, the local news showed up, and within days, over 300 students had joined them in their sit-in protests. And as the news spread, it sparked more sit-in protests all over the US. You protest? No, not then. I didn't get started making good trouble until I met Mr. John Lewis. Now that man, he got into all kinds of good trouble throughout his life. Okay. The John Lewis. I don't know. Hi, Halo. What are you watching? In topical fashion, you're watching a playthrough of the new Minecraft Bedrock DLC, which is called the Good Trouble DLC, which talks about civil rights movements. We're learning history on this channel. So John Lewis, alright, one and the same. From sit-ins to marches to the freedom rides. John Lewis spent his life fighting racial discrimination in the USA. He has been attacked and arrested dozens of times for doing what he believed was right. Let me tell you about the first time I met John. Alright. Let me check up on John Lewis. Oh, resume. John Lewis. John Robert Lewis. All right. Died in 2020. Yeah, okay. It was a March 1965. No lie, I thought it was a skin for villagers, but all I see is RPG. It is a skin for villagers, actually. They have custom skins for the scenario. Uh, March 1965. I was a fresh-faced university student in those days. So, wait. You couldn't get... Oh, whatever. My friends and I heard about protest marches happening from Selma to Montgomery. I don't know where these places are. We all piled in my friend's car and went to make some good trouble. I like how they're calling that. You were protesting, man. That's what you did. Call it that. Hello, and thanks for the follow. How's it going? We were marching to protect. Wait, we were marching to protect our right to vote, a fundamental right for all Americans. But at that time, there were a lot of politicians and organizations trying to prevent black people from exercising that right. That's crazy. It was awful. One of the people peacefully protesting this was a man named Jimmy Lee Jackson, who was attacked in a cafe and died a few days later. A tragedy in every respect. Jimmy Lee Jackson. It's another name I'm gonna look up later. I'm gonna read up on all these names that are coming up in this DLC, right? And like going through that. Jackson's death led civil rights leaders onto stage a march on the state capitol to call attention to the injustices happening in Alabama. All right. Jimmy Lee Jackson. Continue to Wikipedia. All right. Was it the first time? Was it that time? Wait, it was at that first Selma the Montgomery March. I thought Miss John. Okay. Hey, hi. How's it going? Thank you for joining us in the march. Was there something that inspired you to be here today? Yes, sir. I'm from Tuscaloosa. What are those names? Crazy place names, I guess. The whole family is there. We are members of the First African Baptist Church. Member of the First African Baptist Church, and last summer a bunch of us marched from the church to the courthouse to protest segregation. Alright. How did it go? Not well. The police were awful to us. They put my hard-working daddy in the hospital, as well as my cousin. All of that just for walking. What's happening just isn't right. I mean, I agree, this isn't right. How's your family doing now? Let's see. Father recovered after a few weeks. Cousin didn't fare as well. The doctor says he suffered head trauma, and now my aunt must take care of him. You asked why I'm here today? I'm marching for my family and for everyone else who's been hurt fighting for equal rights. That's a great reason to march. I will keep your family in my thoughts. Let me know how I can help. We need to support one another as a community. Alright, we're like walking down the street. That's crazy. That police back there. I want to keep talking to John, but the civil rights. Yeah. But our talk was cut short as we crossed the center of the Antman Pettus Bridge. We were attacked by the waiting police. It was a horrifying ordeal that later became known as Bloody Sunday. Alright, the Bloody Sunday. That's another one. I guess I didn't observe the conflict. Just walked out of there. It's like, no. John suffered a near fatal skull fracture, with the scars remaining with him for the rest of his life. One of the other organizers is a woman named Amelia Boynton. Was knocked out by the police and left lying there on the bridge. Thankfully, she did survive, and the photograph of her lying wounded on the bridge shocked the world. This led to President Lyndon Johnson introducing the Voting Rights Act of 1965. One man, one vote. Well, y'all had a president named Johnson? Huh. Okay. That was the slogan. Now, if you want to revisit what happened at the first... Okay. There's a book about the march called Bloody Sunday. Alright. While John might be known for making good trouble, he's not the first or last activist to do so. These four books are all about other people who made their own kind of good trouble. Select any of the books and dive in to learn more. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Equal education for all. Anti-apartheid movement. Another fan for apartheid independence for India. Women's suffrage. Alright, let's go through those. Actually, let's check on the names first, right? When I get on that. I wanna read that shit. No capture. Is this? Yeah. Boom. Alright, you see I have like a few wiki tabs open. And alright, let's see. Is there dark mode here? Does Wikipedia have a dark mode? I see languages. Oh, dark mode. Oh, so much better. Wait. Ah, flashbang you 3 times now. Let's go. Civil rights activist, statements who serve House of... Okay. Georgia's 5th congressional district from 1987 until his death. Okay. These are the 1960s Nashville sit-ins. So he was there. In Nashville. The Freedom Rides. Was the chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Alright, 63 to 66. Alright, was one of the Big Six leaders of groups who organized the March on Washington. Together with Martin Luther King Jr., James Farmer, A. Philip Randolph, Roy Wilkins, and Whitney Young. It wasn't really like a large thing. Of Democratic Party, Lewis was first elected in the U.S. House of Representatives in 1986. Served 17 terms. Most of Atlanta. And the Dean of Georgia Congressional Delegation. Was one of the leaders of the Democratic Party in the House, serving from 1991 as Chief Deputy Whip and from 2003. Okay. He received many other degrees and awards, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2011. He aspired to be a preacher at age 5. Reached to his family's chickens on the farm. That is crazy, actually. As a child, aspiring to be a preacher is wild. You cannot see this today. Like, which modern child would want to be a preacher? I really want to, like, work for the church and, like, bring the word of God to the people. It's like, which child would ever say that? As a young child, he had little interaction with white people, and his county was a majority black by a large percentage. Alright. By the time he was 6, has seen only 2 white people in his life. That is crazy. Like, back then they really didn't get out of their area. I myself, like, have moved quite a lot during my life into many different cities within my country, and seen all kinds of people. But like nowadays it's very easy to see all kinds of people. Describes his early education at a little school, walking distances from home, up to the little building, the Rosenwald School. Alright. That's crazy. What's this? It's like from his accounts, I guess. She told me, read, my child, read. Fair enough. The bus boycott. What is that? What's the bus boycott? Political and social protest campaign against the racial segregation of the public transit system of Montgomery, Alabama. There's a lot of things going on in Alabama. Probably through its where it is, right? Its location. In 1955, the Monday after Rosa Parks, an African American, was arrested for her refusal to surrender her seat to a white person. To December 20th in 1956. Alright. Before the bus boycott, Jim Crow laws mandated the racial segregation of the Montgomery bus line. Ay. Jim Crow laws were state and local laws introduced in the southern United States in the late 1900s and the early 19th and early 20th century. Forced racial segregation. This is like really crazy that after the freeing of the black slaves, they specifically made state laws in the South of America just to have racial segregation. As a result of the segregation, African Americans were not hired as drivers, were forced to ride in the back of the bus, and were frequently ordered to surrender their seats to white people, even though black passengers made up 75% of the bus system riders. Many bus drivers treated their black passengers poorly beyond the law. Important beyond the law. African Americans were assaulted, shortchanged, and left stranded after paying their fares. I think that's the worst part. Like if they're gonna pay with the money, at least get them to their location. Like, come on, what are you doing? It's crazy how like really bad racism was. Like inhumanly so. And it was just in the state laws. It was just there, sitting there. Despite the majority of like of like people in the South having like using these systems being black, right? Yep. The reaction by the white population of the Deep South was noisy and stubborn. Discontent white Southerners joined the White Citizens Council as a result of the decision. Although it's often framed as the start of the civil rights movement, the boycott occurred at the end of many black community struggles in the South to protect black women, such as Recy Taylor, from racial violence. The boycott also took place within a larger statewide national movement of civil rights, including court cases such as Morgan versus Virginia, the earlier Baton Rouge bus boycott, the arrest of 15-year-old Claudette Colvin and 18-year-old Mary Louise. Was it like they just really like arresting black women for refusing to give up their seat in Montgomery bus? So it was state law that they would have to do that, but also it was unconstitutional, or it was declared unconstitutional. Unanimously, even. When was this case? 1954. So this happened before a few of those bus sit-ins. So that's kind of crazy. So this happened in 54. And then, like, this happened later, right? December 55, yeah. So that's actually kind of crazy. After the fucking Supreme Court decided that it was unconstitutional, it still took like an entire year plus another year of protests to get like the stupid rule out of the system. Yeah, being Rosa Parks being fingerprinted by Deputy Sheriff D.H. Lackey. His name is Lackey. You can't make this shit up. After her arrest for boycotting public transportation. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Right, what else going on here? Back to John Lewis. Lewis graduated yep, student activism. Organized the sit-ins at the segregated lunch counters in Nashville and took part in many other civil rights activities in the Nashville student movement. Alright, alright. Lewis was arrested, jailed many times during the non-violent activities to desegregate the city's downtown business. He was so instrumental in organizing bus boycotts and other violent... He was also instrumental, okay. Bus boycotts and other non-violent protests. Like, those are those, Nashville, Tennessee, alright. The Greensboro sit-ins, alright. North Carolina. Okay, we get that. Alright. In 18... That's a different one. This is Jimmy Lee Jackson. He was like... Yeah. The Voting Rights Act of 1965. Alright. Prohibits racial discrimination in voting. It was signed on to law by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The right of civil rights movement in 65. Rosetta amended the act 5 times to expand its... Okay. In 2005, former Alabama State Trooper James Moore Fowler yeah, admitted to having shot Jackson in what he said was self-defense soon after the streetlights had gone out and the melee had broken out. So it was during a fight. Like there was violence happening. Former Trooper Fowler was indicted in 2007 on Jackson's death. 2010, he pleaded guilty for manslaughter. He was sentenced 6 months in prison. I guess it has been like half a century. Alright. So it was a peaceful voting rights march, but like a melee broke out. So where did he go? Where did he die? Veteran, US troops, blah blah blah, Chief of March. Vietnam March, that's crazy. Like there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Alright, so what here we go. Police later said they believed the crowd was planning a jailbreak. Among the marchers were Jackson, her 16-year-old sister, Emma, Jean, mother, and maternal grandpa. Okay, that's like the entire family was there. Like half his family was there. Perry County Jail. So, what? 500 people. They gathered and they walked to Perry County Jail, where James Orange was held. The march is planned to sing hymns and return to the church. Okay. Oh, 500 people walking up to like a county jail. Because it would be very scary for the police. Like, but I don't think that was yeah. They were met at the post office by a line of Marion police officers, so United County Sheriff's deputies and Alabama state troopers. That's a lot of people. During the standoff, streetlights were abruptly turned off. Some sources say they were shot out by the police. Okay, and the police began to beat the protesters. Among those beaten were United Press International photographers whose cameras were smashed, an NBC News correspondent who was beat so badly that he was hospitalized. Okay, the marchers turned and scattered back toward the church. Alright. Went to Max Cafe behind the church, pursued by state troopers. Police clubbed the lead to the floor in the kitchen. And Viola attempted to pull the police off. She was also beaten. It's a secret machine, the second floor. Second trooper shot Jackson twice in the abdomen. Alright. He thought Jackson was going for his gun. Jackson left the cafe, suffering additional blows by the police, and collapsed in front of the bus station. He was taken back to the hospital. So did he have a gun? Was he carrying a gun? He clapped down the state troopers and was shot and escaped from the cafe. Before his death, Jackson was served with an arrest warrant by... Oh! He had an arrest warrant. Alabama's net responded to national criticism, formally denounced charges of the election. Okay, that's crazy. Jackson died as a result of an overdose of anesthesia after a white attending surgeon decided to conduct a second surgery. Michael the hospital later said there were powder burns on Jackson's abdomen, indicating that he was shot at very close range. Well, yeah, he was like in the kitchen, right? This is like what happened. Like, I guess the kitchen would be a very large place. Eulogize mother for moral cause. Alright. Good. Now we know. Here we go. On March 9th, announces federal bill to support voting rights by authorizing federal oversight. Will be to enforce more federal government. Was passed by Congress, voting rights. Yep. I just sat and voted for the first time at the age of 84. So yeah, that happened. And this is like the same incident, the Bloody Sunday. Right. 13 men were killed outright? No, that's a different one. Trying to help wounded. Shrapnel, rubber bullets, or buttons. Alright. British army vehicles, some were beaten. That's pretty run down by army vehicles, that's crazy. The march had been organized by another civil rights of association. This is to press against internment without trial. Soldiers were from the 1st Battalion. Two investigations, government United Kingdom. Wait, this is a UK thing. Is it a different one? What? Am I reading on a different bloody Sunday? Alright. What's the same? I don't know. It's like Kingsburn Justified and just whatever. It's like seems like a different case here. Alright. Then we have Havida. This is clear. This is crazy shit, not gonna lie. We got 4 more books to go through, yeah. Lovely town, I guess. Every child has a right to receive an education, regardless of gender. Values of Saya, a young Pakistani woman who believes this is a story for good trouble. Okay, this is struggle for equal rights under the Taliban. Alright. I heard they just decided on some crazy shit in Pakistan, I think. Was it in Pakistan? That they like have slavery again? I think they did that. Like, it was a different Middle Eastern country. Anyways, she wrote a blog about her life in it against the Taliban. Angered by this, she tried to end her life. She was returning from homeschool. That's crazy. Alright, what do we have here? Ah, alright. Taliban is preventing us from going to school simply because we are girls. Alright, let's go. They created these strict rules, but we used to be free. I just want girls to have the same chance to learn as the boys. This is why for noted. So they had the right, and the Taliban took it. Taliban are leading demonstrations all over town to prevent girls from going to school. So the Taliban are leading the demonstrations? What? The girls are scared and hiding from the town. Help find the girls and I guess. I don't think the Taliban are the ones that peacefully protest. It's just like something I'm guessing. Yo. Educating girls is haram. They all need to be mothers and wives. I've seen like clips of like what was it? Like those arranged marriages where they basically force the girl into signing a marriage contract. It's basically just a deal, but like the girl has to sign it herself, right? Otherwise it apparently doesn't count. But they like in one of the clips it was so bad that they basically just forced the pen into her hand and guided her hand to the paper, so she would like scribble shit onto the paper. that would like count as like a signature. I don't know how real that was, but it was very scary to look at. It's crazy because like really young girls. Why do they need to go to school? Only boys need to go to school and become like this. Crazy shit, man. Okay, 4 to 5. I think how they're just standing there like they wouldn't just terrorize the neighborhood or something. It's even like big ass vehicle. Alright. Sadly, it seems the Taliban have tried to destroy the school. Whether you could access this again. The school needs to be fixed up. Okay. What do I need? Is there like specific items I need to place or what's going on here? Those don't do anything. Question: why did Mojang release this DLC? There might be two reasons. Because it's a very interesting timing in general. One would be that currently I've seen in America that school teachers would like lead students out to protest against ICE. So they would go to the streets and like hold up signs and like chant slogans. I've seen clips of that happening. And the other one would be, no, when is it? It's currently Black History Month, so they might just want to like release something that like encapsulates everything, just to like, I don't know, teach about protesting. Do we have rule steps? Oh, there's elements here. So this is the Education Edition? That's crazy. Hey, the maze. You can beat up the Taliban or something. So, it's like desks or something. Do we have desks? Do we have tables? No, I guess we need stairs. Some stairs to count as seats. I don't know. Alright, let's put some seats down. What else do we have? Blackboard or something? Can we get some? Some black stained glass maybe, or some... Oh, wood doesn't work. Carpet. Holy shit, it's the entire... Alright, we got all the elements. That's crazy. I don't want to fuck around with the elements. There's a lot of shit in Minecraft, not gonna lie. It's a lot of shit. Ooh, a lectern. Could need that. Place a lectern at the front. And, some chests or something. Bookshelves. And something for... What works as a table? I think it was like a fence post and a pressure plate, right? And I want to do it properly, right? Hardened black stained glass pane. Whiteboard? We give him a whiteboard? We give him a whiteboard. Alright. And some oak fence. Alright, let's do this. Is it too tight? That's fine. Or maybe one back. Are we like actually putting work into it, huh? Ah! What? Here. Not quite what I imagined. I thought I could just put it on the wall, but... No, there's a whiteboard. Do you think that counts? I mean, it doesn't look too... It doesn't... I don't care anymore. There you go. Oh yeah, and the lectern at the front, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the middle. So we get put down there. There you go. What else? Do we need another... Enough seating for all of them. There you go. Yeah. Sure. Damn. Let me get element. What's happening here? King is romance of another good troublemaker when I was young. Martin Luther King. Okay, okay. See, I know the extensive history of Martin Luther. I do not know that much about Martin Luther King Jr. That's right, I'm sure you have heard of Martin Luther King Jr., the famous I Have a Dream speech. Yeah, that's basically... that's basically all I know about him. Most importantly, let's surprise me. Okay, John adored him. He was more than a hero, he was a friend. Ah! Ah, Jesus Christ. John couldn't attend as he was still recovering from his injuries. So Dr. King. Oh my god. It was basically easy history lesson school, okay. So CLC? Southern Christian Leadership Conference. So remember, before the march, they tried to get court or stop police from blocking our march. That was, yeah, they tried to get a court order. Yeah, that's usually what you get, right? You get like you like announce your march, your protest beforehand. Get like a court order that is like, okay, you're allowed to get this, and then usually police would like make space for that to happen. So you wouldn't like end up obstructing traffic or like it would be like you would be protected by counter protesters or like counter rioters. It's usually how it goes, right? At least where I live, that's how it goes. There's no random gatherings. Quite well, sadly, instead of the judge issued order to stop the march until more hearings could be held on it. He warned that if the march went ahead as planned, there could be trouble. The march would happen, but not as planned. President Johnson sent officials to meet with Dr. King and persuade him to call off the march. Alright. Finally reached a compromise. In return for promising that law enforcement would not attack them, Dr. King agreed to follow the sheriff's planned route and included turning around on the Edmund. Yeah, that's turning around. By turning around at the bridge, the march wouldn't break the restraining order and no harm would come to the protesters. That's good. So they would go up to the bridge and then turn around. And we have another cutscene. Let's see what happens. Alright. That's some 2,500 of us to Edmund Petter Bridge, and after a short prayer, back to Selma. No trouble that day, though I must admit some of us were confused and upset about turning around. Still, everyone made it back safe, and Dr. King asked everyone to stay in Selma for the one more march. Once the restraining order had lifted. Makes sense. I know, right? And that's usually how it goes. Usually you should, like, have this, you have, like... because when, like, the borders are set, and you with law enforcement and everything, then also the safety of the protesters could be assured, because then law enforcement just know if they're coming with this group, they're part of a protest, so they can like walk within the confines that are set. And then they can make like a huge thing, people from like around can like hear what they have to say, right? And any other smaller protests or side things would usually be like on the walkway. Because one of the big things that is happening way too often is that protesters would like block streets. And as far as I'm aware, blocking the streets is like, I'm pretty sure against the law. So at least like in modern protests, that would be like the optimal thing, that you would not like block streets if you don't have like this huge established thing going on. Nelson Mandela, I heard about that. Served 20 years in prison for making good trouble. I don't know if you can. In his homeland of South Africa, Mandela fought against the government's racial injustice and called apartheid. And do you know who met with Mandela after he was released from prison? Oh. None other than John Lewis. Alright. What's his name? Mandela? Okay, Jason? Nelson. Nelson Mandela. Let's check this guy. First country's black hat state, first elect fully represented democratic election. Yep. South Africa, co-founding as a youth league, 1944. Was repeatedly arrested for seditious activity. Is to avert conduct such as speech or organization that tends towards rebellion against the established order. Sedition often includes subversion of a constitution and incitement of discontent toward or insurrection against establishment authority. Sedition may include commotion. So, towards. I'm keeping an eye on fucking America. But yeah, no, with apartheid in the picture, it's probably way easier to get arrested for sedition than in like when apartheid is not a thing, because like that shit's crazy. All right, Mandela went on to become South Africa's first democratically elected president, ending apartheid for good. Are those vision cones? Do I have to like sneak? Is this a stealth section? Am I doing stealth? Welcome, friend. Alright. There's much work. Break the chains of apartheid. Our mission is to unite the community so we can end the hate and start the healing. There are apartheid posters plastered on the town walls. These signs create tensions in our community. I would greatly appreciate your help for removing this, okay? Do not get caught removing your signs. If you get caught, there will be great trouble for you. I guess not good trouble, huh? Those guys turning around? Look at that. Oh, that's comical. Ooh. Don't let the gods be alerted by the sounds of the cheeks. Oh no, Colonel. There's one more. Oh, that's a name. Look at this guy. Okay. Steve Big. Okay. Let's check this guy. Alright, that's some intense music, not gonna lie. Thank you for your help. Only we can do, you can achieve this equality and freedom. I heard gunshots. Was it in game? No, they don't have guns here. I think. It's probably outside. Oh shit, there's actually I actually see like warning lights outside. So there might have been a gunshot. There may or may not have been a shooting. Community center would be ideal for building teamwork and unity. There's an area where you may build. I need to build a community center? An entire ass community center? I have all day. I guess it's something where you like build with your friends. I just not make a community? I'm not gonna build an entire center for them. Screw that. I wanna get on with that. Ah, here we go. Looking back, there was no shortage of good trouble to get into. Took a lot of strength and willpower to keep going, which reminds me of another old friend. Alright. Rosa Parks. You probably remember as a... Because, like, again, like, by the time she was arrested, the Supreme Court already ordered... They already ordered that this was unconstitutional for black people to having to give up their seat in the bus and similar rules. Similar Jim Crow laws. Yeah. Montgomery boycott, right? That happened. Let me tell you about the Muddy March. Okay. Uh, 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 Alright. Oh, damn it, dog, fast. And back. Whatever day is only like 5 seconds long. Is it to symbolize that they were marching for days? They certainly did make a difference. They led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which prohibits racial discrimination when determining voter eligibility in the USA. And it's been expanded since then to ensure that all Americans have the protected right to vote. That wasn't the only positive outcome either. The movement created became a snowball, growing in size and power as it rolls down the hill. It inspired leaders to, like my friend John Lewis, to continue their work of ensuring equal rights for all. However, there's still more work to be done. John Lewis, Dr. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, the good trouble they made has paved the way, but now it is up to us to continue their work, to honor their sacrifices, to make our own good trouble. Alright, true enough, I guess. So, the question is always like, were all the protests always peaceful and were just like unjustly beat down by like the government or by police and like state police and stuff like that, right? Like how did it go? The individual independence of India, 1924. All right, Mahatma Gandhi. Struggle of India's independence from the English rule. The first half of the 1900s, he led hunger strikes, boycotts, and marches for India's poorest citizens. Remind you of anyone? Sure, it's the illusion of choice or something. Why ask me a question if I only have one option? You got it. John Lewis and Ghani created, like John Lewis, Ghani created and led non-violent protests. He also found himself arrested on more than one occasion. Oh, Mahatma. Good Mahatma Pesh. Gandhi. Today I will conclude my 21-day hunger strike. This has been my longest non-violent resistance. I call this form of protest Satyagraha, which means devotion to truth. Alright. each protest has been peaceful in the past, but today's protest, that is actually not true. It's like statistically impossible that all the old protests have been peaceful. Like, more often than enough, it would be like irregular um situations where it would break out in violence, either through miscommunication, through outliers, through agitators. And that is not a problem of only today. Throughout history, things have happened like that. Even in like countries here over the pond, like in Germany, um, it took a lot in the second half of the century. With Germany being split into East and West, while the West was like um, rebuilt on the promise of what's it called on capitalism through the influence of America. The East was influenced by Russia mostly, and there was a lot going on. Like the Berlin Wall itself, like it was quite crazy how an attempt to cross that wall, they would have like pointed the guns inward so people wouldn't like leave. They wouldn't attempt to flee. Like they weren't worried about outward forces coming in as much as they were worried about inward people just trying to flee East Germany and Berlin specifically. So the guns were actually pointed at their own people. It was crazy back then. There was definitely it's a difference of the readiness of to commit violence by the people in power and the readiness of or like the desperation of the people who like are protesting. It kind of makes like a really bad boiling pot. Okay, now somebody is trying to steal a car outside. There's a lot going on in this city today. But what I see in recent time in America is actually quite crazy. It's like people kind of forgot how to protest properly. It more often turns into violent riots with like a lot of property being destroyed everywhere. It's crazy actually. Yeah. Let's see. Peace is the best weapon. However, the colonial officers here will try to end Satyagraha with violence. The protest is nearly complete. We cannot allow it to end. Should they discover me, they will apprehend me. I'd also appreciate if you could bring me water. Water is necessary to survive during the fast. I cannot retrieve it myself, as the officers would surely be alerted to my presence. Okay. Give Gandhi water. Here. You're welcome. Distract the guard. Where the guard at? More water. I said like, oh shit. Uh, that doesn't look good. I'm sorry. With different water sources. Okay. Thank you for your support. Distract the guard again. Where's the guard? I like messing with people's shit. But they have a distract the guard. Kind of out of options, not gonna lie. Oh, what? Oh! Oh, what? Why? Why? Why would this destroy fire hydrant? Or like, what even is that? Like, more like a well, right? Like a mechanical faucet. Why would it destroy that? People need that. So I guess they have the big old um thing in the middle. As fast as complete and promoted much needed Muslim Hindu unity in the wake of the non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation? You must always seek peaceful ways to reach your goals. Ah, okay. There's not too much to ask. Would you be willing to build a storehouse here? Well, last one was destroyed. Another one where I just have to build a thing in the end? Alright. I'm not gonna do that. It's another charity. What time here does come to an end? The influence of our actions and ideals in the world will live forever. Okay, US of versus us, blah blah blah. And she really likes John Lewis. He'll be missed. They have wheels. Minecraft. And that's messing with me. John made one final crossing over the bridge. I'm not gonna name every time. His bravery and strength may have inspired many to become the good trouble we need for this world. Goodbye for now. Alright, one last book left. Women's suffrage. Kinda crazy how he had like fuck up someone's food stall and and a water faucet for Gandhi. So, oh yeah, distract the guards, do some vandalism. Some say the right to vote is in the foundation of any democracy. Here's a story about a woman who knew that to be true. Meet Emmeline what are those names, man? Pankhurst? Activist and suffragette. There were women fighting for the right to vote in the UK. Okay. And got into lots of good trouble during her battle for women's voting rights. Let's put a name down here. There we go. Put it to Wikipedia. Hi. I don't like the moving mouths, not gonna lie. I do not like that. Oh, brother. No, oh, brother. It's nearly tea and I've gotten so very little. And what? Would you like to hear about the grave injustice regarding women's rights? I don't know, you're worrying about your tea and little interest. How much are you really suffering, ma'am? I want to say miss, but I don't think misses. Is it miss? It's simply unjust that women in the UK don't have the same rights as men. Women's contribution to society cannot be overlooked. Therefore, it is only fair that women be granted the right to vote in elections. How can we help? It's only been me out here today, and I haven't reached anywhere near as many women as I need. Would you mind having a look about and talking to any women you see regarding the suffrage movement? Alright. Fabulous. Now continue spreading the word here. Remember? Deeds, not words. I think it's about the words. Like, what do you mean deeds, not words? I'll be spreading words. Remember, deeds, not words. Contradicting yourself in your own. What's it to you? Women's rights. Give it a go. Hello. What is this? Women's rights. This is mighty interesting. I've been saying for years that we should be able to vote just like men. Tell your friends. Spread the word. Rubbish this is. We women are too emotional to vote. Leave it to the husbands to decide. I'm terribly busy, I don't have time to listen. Alright. Suffrage. Well, no, I would quite like to have a say in government. But other women in my community would like to know as well. Okay. Ah. It's all iron doors. Hey, you. Give me. Okay. Ah. What's with your shit? Is that their attempt at building a car? Yes. Like a carriage, properly, I guess. Vote here today. Ballot box this way. Vote. I think the one thing I've learned is that you should always vote, no matter what. Like, even if you're not motivated to vote for any, like, of the prominent parties, you should vote for somebody. Like, even if you go third party or independent voter, right? You should do something. Alright. This is here, noble goal. Dare I say, must get involved. Yeah, go ahead. The end of the road. Interesting. Blah blah blah. Thank you. Am I missing someone? No. Okay. Build a stage for. How about if I don't? I'm not here to build. I know this is Minecraft, but I'm not here to build. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's another book. I didn't get a cutscene this time. Final thoughts. Alright, this is it. This is the finale. Sometime later. Did they just spawn a statue? Hello there, great to see you again. Thank you for allowing me to share my stories with you. It's important to pass time with a generation of troublemakers. Before I go, let me share with you some of John's last words. In my life, I have done all I can to demonstrate that the way of peace, the way of love and non-violence is the most excellent way. Now it is your turn to let freedom reign. I hope this experience inspires you to think about making meaningful choices every day. To try to build a better world. I will. Speaking of building, this here is a build area. John built a better world by making good trouble. John? What if I... Can I make it drop and take it with me? Well, I'm in creative. Right. Return to library. So this is it. Bruh. What? What? Okay. Enough of that, I guess. Oh, this is it. Alright. We got them all. See, I can look at the areas again. Okay. So let's check the wikis of the people mentioned, right? The last few people mentioned. There was Nelson Mandela. Alright. Where's my window capture? Let's get back to... Alright, what did he do? That's the South Africa anti-apartheid activist, statesman who first president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. Yep. So, fortune, okay. Blah, blah, blah. A sabotage campaign against the apartheid government. Just arrested, imprisoned. 63 and 64. The farm had been secret location for meetings. Newly formed. Armed? What? Armed wing of the African National Congress. Okay. Try to put okay. Raymond sabotage and sentenced to lie. Damn, okay. Various people and groups, including the African National Congress and Communist Party of South Africa, had been using Lee's Leaf Farm. And by hideout, Nelson moved onto the farm and evaded security police while masquerading as a gardener and cook named David. Let's see, no. He was arrested without the farm having been discovered. The farm was raided in 63. So all right. "90 days without trial." That's 3 months. Without trial, that's crazy. And then getting sentences for life is okay. I tell you, the those things don't go fast enough. Being held for 90 days, that's way too slow as of a process. It was back in like in the 60s, so things were slower back then. Recruiting persons for training and the preparation and use of explosives and in guerrilla warfare for the purpose of violent revolution and committing acts of sabotage. Conspiring to commit the aforementioned acts and to aid foreign military units when they invaded the Republic. Acting in these ways to further the objectives of communism. Soliciting and receiving money for these purposes from sympathizers in Uganda, Algeria, Ethiopia, Liberia, Nigeria, Tunisia, and elsewhere. Production requirements for munitions for a 6-month period were sufficient. The prosecutor said in his opening address to blow... Oh, sufficient to blow up a city the size of Johannesburg. That's a law. The trial was condemned by the United Nations Security Council and nations around the world. Some nations instituted international sanctions against South African government. So with the rest of the accused, he arranged a separate defense team. Okay, so for the joint team of advocates, defense line out for majority. Yeah, like, okay. Escaping from Fort Prison. Okay. Jeff was the same criminals when then super accused. Very was close. Blah blah blah. Okay. That's some heavy accusations though, like. And this one was on the statue, right? This is the name on the statue that was earlier, with the large one, with the intense music. Articulated, articles is published under the pseudonym Frank Talk. Alright. 66. Began studying medicine. South African students in 68. Membership was open only to blacks, a term that widely used in reference to not just about speaking Africans, but also girls and Indians. He was careful to keep his movement independent of white liberals, but opposed anti-white hatred and had white friends. The white minority National Party government were initially supportive, saying, okay. Since creation was a victory for apartheid's ethos of racial separation. It's fucked up. The movement campaign to anti-apartheid. Okay, this is like... During his ban, he received repeated anonymous threats and was detained by state security service on several occasions. Following his arrest in August 1977, Biko was beaten to death by state security officers. 20,000 people attended his funeral. I guess under banning order. Subject mirror songs with Bart. During Biko's life, the government alleged that he hated whites. Various anti-apartheid activities accused him of sexism, and African racial nationalists criticized his united front. Nonetheless, he became one of the earliest icons of the government against apartheid. He is regarded as a political martyr and the father of black consciousness. His political legacy remains a matter of contention. Yeah. Because the question is, can you actually always expect a completely clean jacket, right? Let's see. Daily life, student activism, developing Saso. Currently, Here's a quote. My major problem at this moment is a strange kind of guilt. So many friends of mine have been arrested for activities in something that I was most instrumental in starting. A lot of them are blokes I spoke to into the movement. Yet I'm not with them. One does not think this way in political life, of course. Casualties are expected and should be bargained for. Okay. Biko's coffin featured the motif of a clenched black fist, and many in the black consciousness movement used this fist as a symbol. Oh, I finally cracked my neck. Holy shit, I tried this for 2 hours now. Oh, you do not know how much I waited for that. Okay, and here we have the British woman. In 1918, the right to vote in Great Britain and Ireland. 100 most important people of the 20th century. This was preceding the women's rights movements in America, I think. Right? They were like later in the 1900s, if I'm correct. Women's Social and Political Union. Hey. Became known for physical confrontations. Its members smashed windows and assaulted police officers. Not a good look. Again, like the Minecraft thing is like, oh, you should be peaceful and stuff, right? But like with the Gandhi scene, you would have like, oh, you have to like mess with the horrors. You have to destroy like this faucet. You have to like fuck up somebody's food stall to like distract the guards so he can do his strike. And it's interesting because like, how do the guards not know that he's there if he like did the strike and everybody knows about it, right? Like, how did the word get around, and but not to the guards, right? That's a good thing. And you need to think about that if you make these kinds of scenarios. Like, it was both a thing that is like, oh, I'm crying this out to the world, right, for the world to see, so people get, so a change can be made, right, for like the activity of people. And also, like, the scenario has it that he's like doing this both out in the open but also in secret, so the guards who are like patrolling the area do not find him. Like, where's the how is that? Like, you would go about that. And then of course, like the damage to like completely independent parties, completely independent individuals that have nothing to do with that. Same here was like, oh, it's like the scenario we were in, we're just giving people flyers and tell them about like, oh, there's this movement that wants to give women the rights to vote, right? But then you read it up here and they were like smashing windows and shit and assaulting police officers. It's like, deeds not words, but the other way around is how it's in the Minecraft thing, right? It's like, words are important if you don't want violence. But then if you read up about these people, it's like, oh, smashing windows and assaulting police officers, right? Received repeated prison sentences where they staged hunger strikes to secure better conditions and were often force-fed. Antagonism between the group and the government grew. Eventually, the group adopted bombings and arson as a tactic. And more moderate organizations spoke out against the... yeah. Several prominent individuals will left the WSPU, among them punk singer daughters Adela and Sylvia. Emily was so furious that she gave Adela a ticket, £20, and a letter of introduction to a suffragette in Australia. The family says that she immigrated. Adela complied, and the family rift was never healed. Sylvia became a socialist. Alright. With the advent of the First World War, Emily and Christopher Corbin immediately thought to be militant terrorism and support of the British government stand against the German peril. That was during the First World War. Women swear to serve demonstration. Okay. I guess to this women's contribution to the war effort. Like, yeah, but the women at home were like undeniably indispensable. Push women to aid industrial production and encouraged young men to fight. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. That's the thing. Instead of staying home, they will like go and like work in the industrial production. They would like go into the where they would make the weapons and shit like that and the provisions, which then the soldiers could use in the front lines. Which is like, again, the women at home during war times were like completely, they were so valuable. They were like in the you could not win this war without home supporting you. But like the fact that they would like do bombings and arson attacks until the war. We're like, oh shit, we actually need to work together. And she would send her daughter to like, where was it? In Australia. It's fucked up. Oh well. The Representation of the People Act granted votes for all men over the age of 21 and women over the age of 30. This discrepancy intended to ensure that men did not become minority voters as a consequence of the huge number of deaths suffering the First World War. Later, she became concerned with what she perceived as a menace posed by Bolshevism, and the Conservative Party. She was selected as a Conservative candidate for Whitechapel and St. George's in 27. She died in 28. Only weeks before the Conservative government's Representation of the People Franchise Act of 1928 extended the vote to all women over 28 years of age on July 2nd. She was commemorated 2 years later with the statue in Victoria Tower Gardens next to the House of Parliament. So yeah, like, it's kind of crazy how she went from like quite literally doing terrorist attacks against Jesus Christ. I don't get over this. I do not get over this. This is crazy. And then we have modern protests, right? Specifically also like in America right now, how crazy that is. They would do like the Minnesota protests, riots almost at this point, I would call them. With how ready they are to like become violent. LA, I think, has started too now. You know, the anti-ICE protests where they would do some not so normal protests, very out of how's the word? Out of the norm, specifically, right? What do you expect from being a protest? I think, where else? I know how it is in New York. New York is like, has different problems right now as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know. But it's like the big three, right? You have like Minneapolis, you have Los Angeles, and you have New York. which are three very huge contention points. I think, what's the term called? Sanctuary cities are having big trouble with ICE and big trouble with like the protests turning violent. But yeah, this is like, I hope when this gets played by the children in schools that there's like a teacher who's like actually teaching like about the people who are mentioned in this DLC. That and how important it is that you do not engage in violence, that you do not throw stuff at the police, that you do not like even from far away, right? That you keep your distance and that you actually protest instead of doing whatever some people are doing, like agitators are doing. That would then cause it the protests turn into riots. Like I think the peacefulness is like very much important, especially at a critical time like this. And I hope that my own country doesn't fall to like the readiness to commit violence in the name of like some greater good. Because I'm pretty sure we're like past this point right now. As a civilized society, we should be very much past this point. We should be able to do that. So yeah, that was that. What am I going to do now? Just close this real quick. I'm on Twitch, I am. I think it's time to like switch the game. I'm like, I did my assessment of it. It's like fine, but I feel like it can send the wrong messages if not properly supervised by a teacher who will like, or a parent who will like tell the kids about what's going on, like how the people actually like, how important it is to not be violent during protests. Because they want like do the good trouble, but not like. I think the best thing was like the march to the bridge where they like got the compromise and then they like turned around on the bridge. So there would be no trouble with the police. And more often than not, nowadays it's counter protests that do the most trouble. And that have to be like held at bay, so there's no violence sparking. Ah, shit. So what I'm going to do now? Probably play Warframe. I'll switch to Warframe. I need my downtime. There's a Dagaf to get. I think Star Days are back. So let's do that. Let me just switch over here. Hey. And quit all this. Quit all this. Quit all this. Shoo. Oh yeah, something I have, what we may or may not know, it's like something I have is specifically ATTS. I have a little, see the little, where is it? Where is the guy? Where is my little guy? You cannot see him. Oh, he's on a different slide. Okay, he's in a different scene. Never mind. Okay. Properties. We go to Warframe. Oh yeah, I should switch the title. The title. I should switch that. We're done with Minecraft. Oh, I fucked up. Okay. Okay. I swear I'm not stupid. Where do I switch my... stream settings? Ah, there it is. Ah. Okay. That's the problem with multi-streaming on free platforms. You have to switch the title 3 times. Switched it. And... boom. Okay, it's all switched now. Good. You might not see it, but it is switched. Sorry. So you see on the bottom right of the little guy, if you do !say and then put a message in, the TTS should work on Twitch, and you should be able to send a TTS message. Remember to adhere to TOS though, okay? Let's see if it works. !say. Oh shit, it's the Razorback commander. Oh shit, it's Stardays, okay. I don't mind if I. Oh yeah, another little update I did. I got, if you can see if it happens or not. I got a little plugin, a little thing that changes the lighting on my character, depending on the lighting on the screen. It's so cool, actually. I personally, I think that's very cool. There he is.
Stardust, you made it. It would not do to stand ticker up on this of all days. Your star days are all about.
Okay, let's see what we get.
This planet spinning.
Good old star days.
Love in all its
Have this.
forms.
Already have
The
this.
love of a planet for the stranger who turned their fortunes around. That would be you, Stardust. Give love away, and it multiplies. We rarely know what we mean to others.
Oh my god, stop yapping.
Words and deeds are seeds, Stardust. They may seem like nothing in the moment, but they can fall from you and begin growing in others. Fortuna used to be barren, is what I'm saying. You've given us an orchard. Happy Star Day. The only family that extra.
Oh my god.
Such as we are permitted.
Oh, why is he still at home?
Choose. And a fine family that is.
Why are you still
Here's to
talking?
us, Stardust.
Oh my god, it took forever. So I got these already. I saw these on Twitter and was like, man, I need to get those. I have them.
2 Ostrons are freed during the daring operation. Marry. Have a child. I'm sure you'll be pleased to know that the young Tenno Helnung is doing quite well and taking after their mother on the scaffold.
There's the Kubro gene masking kit and the Kavat gene masking kit, which is like, they're like from Doviri. And they're pretty cool.
Love isn't just for lovers, Stardust. It's for friends, family, your bestest Kavat. Love is an act of forgiveness.
So there's nothing really I want. So I got everything I want. They're really cool shit here, though.
Today is about all of us, and knowing that we have more binding us together than pushing us apart.
Looks at the ass. Okay. The solstice skins. I guess those wings I could get, but there's like decoration for arbiters.
I give it to the world. If you want to know the story.
Okay. Take a don't. Oh my god. Talk my ear off, why don't you? Holy shit. Ugh. Oh, there it is. All 4 Dagaf parts. Alright. We can get Dagaf. We can farm Dagaf. All 4 parts are here. Then you can make a Dagaf. And you can throw her on into the wall, because that's what you do. Or you build her, because she's actually not that bad of a Warframe. Not exceptionally good, but pretty solid as an option. Surprisingly good melee frame.
Operator, did you hear that? It said cosmic background radiation is a riot.
Thanks, Orders. Halo, get your Dagaf. Exterminate, interception, sabotage, survival. You have 2 weeks. Wait, let me go to public. Okay. Two 8. Okay. I think I'm doing good. Gonna let the baby tenors have some fun here. Ooh.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit
Heat ammo.
approaching.
Voltaire, don't kill the heavy unit. Are these 2 Uriels? No, one's Volt. Okay.
Enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. Mission complete.
The non-verbal
Excellent work,
communication. There we go. All is good. Wait, this shit doesn't disappear. Am I stupid? Wild. Number 2. What do we have? Deception, huh? I guess. Legend 5? Alright. A lot going on here. I have to burst in primer. What are the weapons I have? I don't even know. Chat on my code.
These radio towers carry top secret
Ooh,
interplanetary
Inaros.
communications. You are
Alright.
going to capture the towers and decode incoming messages.
Fuck it. Where's he going?
This tower is ours now. Tower lost.
Oh, that was fast.
Tower online. The enemy have taken a tower. We must recapture it.
What? Tower C. Alright, there's...
We are dominating. Keep it up.
Alright, just keeping an eye on that. Ah, yes, of course. I'm out of energy. Wait, you don't... Yeah, there we go. Yep. That sounds about right. Ooh, well, you have a 2. Huh?
You cannot allow the enemy to learn of our espionage. Eliminate the remaining enemy personnel.
Alright. Round 2. I don't think it takes so long. Could be fast, I'm not gonna lie.
They are broadcasting another message. Make sure.
Oh, I know I have these weapons. Oh, it was, circuit. It's like, why do we have these weapons? Oh yeah, circuit. Whoops.
We have control
There we go.
of all 4 towers.
Oh, wait. Huh. What? Tower C? Yeah, that sounds about right.
You're in total control. Keep fighting. You have decoded the message. The remaining enemies must not report back to their command. Eliminate everyone.
There we go. Yeah, let's go. At this point, I was just doing
Decoded the enemy
damage
transmissions.
comparison of the
You
fucking
also
Legend 5.
disrupted their communications.
With like the first of like the first half of the match is literally doing nothing. What's Inaros though? Inaros doesn't really scale in AoE that much. For some reason my Exalted, no, not Exalted, my Incarnon Dual Ichor was just spreading really hard. For no fucking reason. It's always funny to see though. Let me switch to other. I don't have a dagger of loadout. That's crazy. Let me switch to Gar. Oh, hell yeah. Sabotage. Survival. Let's do the survival first. 5 minutes? Do this. Let's go. After this, I'll just look whatever is available. Later this month, there will also be... Oh, nobody's doing that, okay. Later there will also be a change in platinum offerings. So that will be fun. Oh shit.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies.
Right, Action 5, 1929.
Trigger the alarm.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Life
Good.
support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Lol, Lamau even. There's like no enemies.
Get ready for a capsule.
Oh, it's one of those thingies. It's a Wisp mini-sun.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Aha. But I'm out. Why is there no enemy? I guess it's because it's not steel path. Like, what are they? Are they like 10 or some shit like that? $26.
Life support on the way.
Hi. Are we still Lux skin? From the Wisp?
Additional life support has arrived.
Oh my god. Don't mind if I. Damn, that's crazy. Cool. Holy shit. Alright. God, I wish this was Steel Path. Oh my god. Is this the Godpop Prime? Wait. It is. Me trying to figure out what weapons I'm holding. Because I've been playing the game in 2 weeks. It's too funny. Five more minutes? It's fucked up. Oh, I like this corridor. Let's keep here. Alright, sounds about right. Oh yeah, Wisp. Wisp is speeding up my firing rate. I was like, why am I firing so fast? This is not the Godfather. But yeah, no, it is. It's just Wisp. Look at those percentages, holy shit.
You die so I may live.
Oh my god. Brutal? Much? So where's this going? I guess it's going up, right? Okay, I'm getting the hint. Yeah, not a lot of tower on strike charging happening right now. Oh, oh, oh. There he was. The guy, the man, the legend himself.
For you, peace.
Yeah. Be honest, chat. Do you even know what's going on screen? I don't. I just press the buttons. Whoops. Yeah. Torn strikes.
Conquest beyond.
The slowest okay damage in the world. When I can literally dish the same damage like this. I wonder which direction is the exit. He has to be back there, right?
Extraction is available if you need it. Another job well executed.
Took forever. Took forever. But GG. Yeah, I see a lot of focuses being farmed. I like that. Final Dagaf. Sabotage. Should be fast. Oh, it's already in progress. Let's see. It's a meme. Mario. Good to know.
Intruders are forcing open this location's void portal. You are here to stop them.
You should be fast enough, right? Bulky Dreamer Smoke with Grown Power. TR Rifle Amp. Oh, it's. Oh, wait, it's here. That means it's a void key portal.
Are using a void key and a portable torsion beam device to force open the portal.
Yeah.
And the device.
Thanks, Sodas, for just confirming what I said.
The portal only allows travel in one direction. Start up the portal generators to reverse the polarity.
Oh, did I just break it? Oops. Sure. That was a blunder.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
There is no shame in dying.
There we go. That's a proper. Never mind. This was taller. Oh well. Oh, it's this one. Hey, wait. It's the one from last mission.
There's the torsion beam device, but they've taken the void key. Find it.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
Quick, pick up the key. You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
Now we go back to the portal.
Go through the portal now. It's about to collapse. Objective complete. The void key and
Hell
torsion
yeah.
beam device are out of commission. The enemy will not be returning anytime soon. All your objectives are complete. Proceed to extraction now. Mission complete.
Let's
Excellent.
go. The stagger part. There's not a lot to say during these missions, not gonna lie. Like, what can you say when you're busy waiting for level 29 enemies to spawn? Let's be honest. Alright. The squad. Let's go. Can I build a Dagoth? Oh wait, to build parts. Wait, hold up. Based? What's a zone? Oh. Oh, and then I can make another one because I have the blueprints. So that was that. And there's really nothing else to do. Like, what is here? Let's see what's in the circuit. Turret Incarnon, dual Toxicist. Actually, that's pretty good. You should do dual Ichor. It's huge. If you don't have those, get those. Like, those are top tier. This is like the shit you want. Definitely. In terms of Warframes, we can get Loki, Mag, and Rhino. Which is also very good. Rhino's Raw is very good to get. Loki, not so much. Unless you want the type of build I have for Loki, if you want to make a Loki, but then you should just get Loki Prime. Right. What else is there? The Archon Hunt. Blue Week. No interest for me. I guess that's it for me. This is all. I have all I want. Again, interesting Minecraft Bedrock DLC earlier. I feel a bit mixed about it. It's definitely educational. I just don't like certain aspects of it. I also don't like how there's like the building parts are like, I wish there was more like specific things you could do instead of just here you go through a cutscene and then it's like, oh, here you can just build a building in the end. No. I took things like take off the posters or like hand out the flyers. That's okay. Find and lead the NPCs to the locations also okay. And the one part where like in the school itself, like build and put some equipment down is pretty good. It was very freeform, but like, you know, that's whatever. But I feel like in a controlled school environment, it's like it can be pretty productive. Though again, I'm like concerned about like the groups spoken about, well, how violent they were sometimes. Like the one group in Britain where they were like committing arson and bombing and shit like that. Or the one South African group where it's like, oh, some of them were like in prison for life because they apparently because they were accused of like hoarding explosives to a very high yield. Like, you gotta like teach very, very openly when the peaceful protest is not peaceful anymore. And then Dagath Warframe. Get your Dagath, get your Incarnons, and get your Warframes in the circuit. Very good. Blue Beacon Archon Shard. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. I'm gonna stop the stream now. Next stream I will have my text-to-speech buddy also on the other scenes, so it can always be used. I think that'd be very fun. And until then, I wish everybody a good one, and I'm so fucking tired. I've been awake since 4 a.m. my time. It's been a long time. Anyway, goodbye. Have a good one. See ya. I'm done. Wow.